I'm here to tell you, Google Pixel 3a, it's the phone right here. This is the phone right here. This is the one. So a month and a half later, it's actually 6 weeks later with the Google Pixel 3a. This is a $399 phone, and it's been my main phone, my only phone in my pocket as my daily driver. I mean, I've been using nothing else but this phone to take my videos, to take my calls, to take my text messages, social media, I mean everything. And first I want to talk about the display. So it's a 5.7, I believe it is, 5.7 inch display. I don't have an issue with the visibility or the viewing angles you guys can see there. It looks pretty good. I would say, brutally honest, it's not like the brightest display, but it's very doable. There's no notch, and there is a big bezel at the top, big bezel at the bottom. I mean, I'm kind of over it. Coming from the Pixel 3 XL with that huge notch, this is pretty refreshing. And also, let me just go and tell you guys what I like about it. I like the size. I mean, it's not a real big phone. It's pretty, I would say, mid-sized phone. Very pocketable, easy in the pocket. It's pretty light. Build quality, plástico. I like it. I don't care what anybody says. I like this feel. It's not prone to fingerprints. I don't got no fingerprints on here. Only the top portion right here gets a little bit fingerprints on it. And not only that, I've noticed a lot of micro scratches on this part of the back right here, and that's with a case on. I've had a case on. I mean, I just took the case off for this video, but I've had case on this phone since day one, and I still got like micro scratching going on here. Nothing major. It's just that I just wanted to point that out. I don't know if you can see it on camera, probably not. Now the screen, I couldn't tell you the durability or the scratch resistance of the phone, of the display, I mean, because I've been using a screen protector on it since day one, and also a case. I do that on all my phones, so I can only tell you that this phone does little micro scratches even with a case. I have used the headphone jack maybe once or twice, but I'm glad that it's here. There's a lot of people that still use the headphone. I don't use it as much as I thought I did. I have a bunch of Bluetooth devices. I got some big Bluetooth headphones, which I use when I mow my lawn, and I use those all the time. They got active noise canceling, so they're connected to this, and that's what I use. So Snapdragon 670, it only has 4 gigs of RAM, 12 megapixel camera on the back. I think it's like an 8 in the front. Fingerprint reader, flash, USB Type-C on the bottom. One bottom firing speaker, but the other speaker comes from the earpiece, and I can tell you from experience, it sounds good. So speaker quality on here, it sounds real good. I'll play a little bit so you guys can check that out. But the battery will last me all day. I'll go to bed at 9 o'clock, and I'll still got like maybe 30-40% left over. And that's a regular day. That's what I'm getting average time, on-screen time, if you guys care about that stuff. I do. I'm getting over 5 hours of on-screen time, 5.5, and standby maybe 14-15 hours standby. So the battery life is good on here. The cameras, Google Pixel cameras, beast. I mean, the cameras, that's one of the major selling points of this phone, is going to be the camera. Cameras are like the major, if you're even considering this phone, this is a good phone. It's offering I'm gonna tell you right now what I think. It's offering the best cameras, good fingerprint reader, fast software updates, pure stock Android, dual stereo speakers, headphone jack if you're into that, and USB Type-C. It doesn't have an IP rating, and I haven't seen a lot of videos on the IP rating as far as resistance with water. I haven't seen it been dunked in water or anything like that. I haven't seen the video on YouTube, and I'm not gonna do one either. But water resistance, I've had it get sprinkled on in the rain and no issues. I always wipe it down with wipes. I got antibacterial wipes, and those are real wet. and I always wipe it down, and not an issue. Everything seems to be working properly. Let me see what else. So it's on the latest Android version, Android Pie 9.0, latest security patch, June 5th. I mean, it's up to date. You're going to get the fastest updates on this phone. I'll probably be one of the first people to have Android Q with this phone. It's guaranteed to get updates for 3 years. That's pretty uncommon. A lot of Android manufacturers only offer maybe a year, 2 years max. Some of them never get an update. So this one right here is going to give you 3 years guaranteed. You can even get on the beta, Android Q beta software. This phone's one of the eligible devices. If you want to try out the beta, you'll be the first. There's a lot of cool things on this phone. I do like the Google Assistant, which you got the squeeze feature. What time is it?
7:18.
So she's pretty fast. I always squeeze in the mornings, or I'll say the catchphrase, and I'll say good morning, and it'll just give me everything. It'll give me my traffic to work, how long it'll take. It'll give me the news. And that's pretty much not only on this phone, that's on pretty much every Android phone running up-to-date software, but it just seems to work a whole lot better with this. You also have routines. You can schedule an alarm, and when you wake up in the morning, you can have, like, I got lights. I got those smart bulbs. I got the Nest thermostat, so you can do all kinds of, you can just ask the Google Assistant. It works the best for me out of all the Android devices I had. It actually syncs up with all my other stuff. Like, I have Google Assistant speakers, the lights, the thermostat, unlock the doors with the NFC. You touch and unlock the door. So it works with all that stuff, and it works well. I don't have Android Auto. There's people who had issues with Android Auto. And call quality for me with the Pixel 3a has been excellent. It does have voice over Wi-Fi. I also have Google Fi on here. Got a bunch of credit on Google Fi, and it just, the speeds on here are pretty good with T-Mobile, which is what I'm using, and Google Fi. Like, you can switch back and forth. Let me go ahead and play something real quick so you guys can listen to the audio, the speakers on here. I mean, they sound real good, and I think the Pixel 4 is going to use sort of this. I'm just speculating, but it's going to use sort of this setup that we have right here on the Pixel 3a, which is a top speaker and then a single bottom 5-inch speaker, and it sounds good. So I'll go ahead and show you. Let me shout out to Android Stuff. We're going to go ahead and check out his video real quick.
Ruby red, and the other one is black. And
shout out to Android Stuff.
Man. Great customer service by Rinky. They sent this out to me. Thank you. Dear Leo, thank you so much for your support. Rinky is thrilled to collaborate with you, and I hope we'll have future opportunities. So shout out to Rinky.
So the speakers sound real good on here. I mean, I like watching video on it. Like I said, the software, any kind of performance that I can tell you about in my personal usage with the phone. I don't really game on the phone, so I don't really stress the phone out that much for it to bog down or slow down or hiccup or stutter. And so when it comes to performance with my usage, I mean, it does every single thing I need it to do. I love this up here. I don't even know what it's called, but it always gives me information on the weather. That's like the Google. Let me see if I could preferences. This is called At a Glance. You can also set this up. See the focus. You can set this up by long pressing it, and you can do traffic information, upcoming flight information, which I'm about to use here in a couple of days, and calendar events and all that. And it's very useful. This is very useful in the morning. I just tap on it, and it already knows where I'm going. Like, I have it set up for my work. It knows I'm going to work. It's a very smart phone, literally. But software-wise, performance-wise, this phone has been a beast. I haven't had any hiccups or stutters or slowdown. Like I said, I don't do much on my phone. I don't know. Maybe you could probably bog it down with a real heavy, intense game like PUBG or something like that, which requires it being connected to the internet and going back and forth. But me, what I do with it, I'll give you guys a little snippet of what I do with it. Basically, all these apps that are on here is basically all I do on my phone. And basically calls, take photos, use Google Maps all the time. They just got an update too. It's pretty cool. Hangouts, talk back and forth with my friends. My banking app, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube Studio, YouTube mainly. You go into YouTube, you'll see that I use a lot of it. Chrome browser. Basically, that's it. That's what I do on my phone. I don't do any games. You can see there. I don't even think I have a game on here. I may have. Let me see. I do a lot of social media apps: Snapchat, Instagram. Let me see what else. And other than that, I just use my phone like a regular phone. I watch videos on it, Netflix on it, and it has the speakers on here are good enough so that the sound quality coming from the speakers are good enough so that they don't irritate your ears. Like I've had some phones where you try to watch a video on it and you just can't do it because your ears start ringing because it's so high pitched, has a tinny sound to it, and it's just horrible. These speakers here, I'm not trying to boast on them, but they're set up pretty good. I mean, they sound good. They're not as good as the Pixel 3 XL because those sound more richer, but the bass tones and the highs and lows sound pretty good on this phone. And the fingerprint reader, we'll test out real quick. What I wish it would have would be face unlock. It doesn't have face unlock. Let's go into settings real quick and we'll breeze through it. It's stock Android, so there's not a whole bunch there. But we can go into display, and in here you have adaptive brightness. You also have screensaver, ambient display. You have a dark theme, which the dark theme is in here. I'll show you guys. It says the theme on the bottom. I don't know if you focus. Boom, it says dark theme right here. But the only thing it really darkens up is like the app drawer. You can see it's darkened up a little bit. And swipe over for Google Now cards. Like the dialer is not themed out. You can see there. Let me see. The dialer still, it's not themed out. So it just does. I don't know what's up with that. I wish it would be all the way across the board with the dark theme, but it's not. It seems to be integrated in just certain parts of the launcher, which is a Google Pixel launcher. That's about it. But I wish it would be more themed out. Anyways, so far NFC using Google Pay is present. It does have NFC. That's a good thing. And let me see I think I got pretty much everything on here. I mean, it's a pretty good phone. I can definitely recommend this phone out of any other phone I've owned. I mean, the price is right. Maybe a little bit. It's what is it? $399, $400 for the smaller version, and for the larger version is $479. It's a bigger battery. I think it's like 3600, and a bigger display. But other than that, it pretty much offers the same processor, same RAM, same storage, and almost same build quality. So same cameras, everything's the same with the bigger version. So I really like this one. Like I said, the size is perfect for my hand. I could text one-handed, which I do all the time. And that's about all I have on the Google Pixel 3a, man. I think the cameras are amazing. Software's top-notch software. The speakers I love. The camera I love. The build quality, believe it or not, a lot of people hate because it's plastic, but I'm cool with it. I mean, I'm cool with the plastic. And what else? Software. Did I say software? I don't know, but it's just a good phone. It's a smartphone, like a literally real smartphone. Like I just glance at it and it gives me information that it's useful to me. Swipe over, you got the Google Now cards. I like the phone. I mean, the phone to me is one of the best phones of 2019. Believe it or not, I think this is. I mean, the OnePlus 7 Pro is a beast. But that's more like a spec phone. This phone is the phone that I would recommend in 2019. The Pixel 3a or the Pixel 3a XL. I think those right there, that price point, that's where we want to be. I don't think we need those $1,000 phones, those $700 phones. I don't think anything over $500. I don't know, anything over 500, you need to really evaluate yourself and really think about what it is you really need from that phone that's going to cost you over 500 bucks. You really need to think about what do you do on your phone that requires you to spend anything over 500 bucks. Think about that. Think about that, because me personally, this is the phone for me. All I want is good cameras, good build quality, fast software, good speakers, headphone jack. If you throw one in there, it's great. And I'm good with it, man. I mean, this is the one I would recommend, man. And with that being said, I'm going to end the video, man. Drop a comment. Let me know if you agree with me. Give me a thumbs up. If you really agree with me, give me a thumbs up. Drop a couple comments. If you don't agree with me, give me a thumbs down. Drop a couple comments. Let me know what I missed in this video that's enticing about the Google Pixel 3a. And just interact, man. Let me know what you think about the Google Pixel 3a. I love the phone. I mean, I've seen Pixels a lot lately. Pixels are, I don't know. We'll see what happens with the Google Pixel 4, but I think they're catching up to Samsung. Believe it or not, if you just dislike what I just said, drop a comment too. I'm out.